Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday afternoon. I am here. I'm Mad Mike, as always, with your Tough Enough recap. And with me, as always, is the lovely, the talented, the about to eat a pop, Jen Carlins. How are you, Jen?
Hi, how are you today? God, what time is it?
I'm good at both of those times. Because who knows when people are going to be watching this? They could be watching it tonight. They could be watching it at night.
You know what? Last night, after Tough Enough aired, I was ready to do this podcast.
It certainly was an interesting episode last night. Okay, so let's start off. This episode is all about humility.
Yes,
because there are a couple people who are a little too big for their britches. Knocking down. Yeah, him. But we need to knock him down a peg. So first of all, I before we get into the challenges, I appreciate that Sarah is finally sticking up for herself a little bit more.
She got right up in those girls' faces, and it was about time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's only 4 girls left, so we're down to the nitty gritty with the girls, essentially.
It was very, very cutthroat.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so
I should say it's getting down to being very cutthroat there.
Yeah, because we still have a couple like I'd say if there's one more girl eliminated, then it's gonna be like tooth and nails, pretty much. But
yeah.
So let's talk about the first challenge, which was a police training obstacle course with Natty. Why was Natty there?
I don't understand that.
Did Natty really do anything on the show?
No, she just stood there and she just talked, and that was it. She just stood there where the fine men and women in uniform actually did the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Not with them, but kind of escorted them as they were going through it.
I would have killed to see Natty do that challenge.
Guaranteed she couldn't do it.
Yep, absolutely. I'm totally with you on that.
Guaranteed.
In fact,
she couldn't
I
do
don't
it.
know a lot of people in the WWE currently that probably could have done that challenge. I would say Seth Rollins could have done it because he's into CrossFit, and that is...
That's very CrossFit-ish.
It was a very CrossFit type training set. But, like, could you just imagine Rusev?
No.
Yeah, I mean, like... Hell,
No.
I don't even know if John Cena could do it. I don't know if Cena could do it. Cesaro could do it because I'm convinced Cesaro can bench press a bulldozer if he had to.
Cesaro can do anything.
Yes. But so let's... Tanner, obviously, with his MMA training, with his... I'm assuming he does CrossFit.
Shut up.
He smoked it.
Shut up.
He smoked the whole
Shut
obstacle
your
course.
mouth.
I'm assuming he does. He's Seth Rollins light. Let's be honest. He's Seth Rollins light. Not in personality. In physical appearance and stature.
No.
And again, he hasn't had any leaked pictures, so I can't speak for that.
I haven't seen Tanner naked, so I am not commenting on that. Because we all know what Seth Rollins is packing.
Yes, that would be the 4th member of the Shield. Anyway,
That could be the founding member of the Shield.
No. Oh God. All right, so anyway, after Tanner finished well ahead of everyone else on the obstacle course.
He smoked everybody.
Yeah. I have to say, though, he came back and helped people on the rope climb.
He really did.
Which was very, very cool. And they talked about it on Tough Enough, on Tough Talk afterwards, where he was like, yeah, you know, he came into the contest all super confident, super cocky, and then he got destroyed in anything that comes to personality. So
Oh my
You
gosh,
realize
yeah.
it's kind of like a give and take. But
Yes.
so for the girls, it was Georgia that won, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But Sarah was in the lead for a lot of it, and then she just got tripped up on the rope climb.
Yeah, the rope climb really is what got everybody.
Well, we'll get to who else it got in a minute. But the only female competitors who finished was Georgia finished first, Sarah got second, and Chelsea got third. Amanda didn't finish the obstacle course.
Yes.
And
She gave up.
what were her and Zizi the only ones that didn't finish the challenge?
Yes.
Okay. And only one of them was in the bottom three. Guess which one? Because it wasn't Amanda. But Chelsea, when she finally got up the rope climb, they told her not to slide down because obviously rope burn. Which, why didn't they give them gloves?
I don't know.
Because I mean, rope burn, that's a serious thing.
That hurts.
Yeah, like that's not something to be joked around with, especially if you're going to be grappling with your hands later. But yeah, so Chelsea dropped off instead of sliding down the rope and twisted her ankle.
Badly.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. It started to swell up almost immediately. So she couldn't participate in the following day's in-ring challenge.
Right.
Which sucked, but, not medically cleared. She's medically cleared now. As she said on Tough Talk, like, apparently they did the same drills a couple days afterwards, and she was cleared to do it.
Right.
So she did it just as well as everyone else. I don't know why they didn't tape that part.
Of course. Why would you do that? Because that would just make more sense.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if the cameras are only there for like 2 days. If the cameras are only there for like the Wednesday and Thursday where they have the two challenges, and then it's just up to the rest of the cast to Periscope stuff.
I could see that. I could see that 100%.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if you don't finish a challenge right there, Zizi and Amanda should have been. Well, Zizi was.
Yeah.
Right into the bottom three.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you quit a simple challenge, then
yeah, like if you don't finish a challenge, you should be in the bottom three.
Automatically.
You should be, but that's not the way they're running this. So, all the guys did relatively okay, with the exception of Zizi. It took some a little bit longer than others. Who came in second on the guys? Was it Mata?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Yes.
And then Josh, and then Patrick, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the next day we go back to the barracks, and there's like a 2-on-2 formation between the women left on the show. You got Sarah and Chelsea, the quote-unquote nice girls.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Gigi and Amanda, who I will now be calling the plastics.
Oh my gosh, yes, they are the plastics.
If Amanda isn't Gretchen Wieners, then I don't know who is.
Yeah.
Amanda is total Gretchen Wieners. That's why her hair is so big, by the way. It's full of secrets.
Like this.
But so Chelsea told Sarah that she shouldn't be putting weight on her ankle for a month. That was the initial diagnosis the doctor gave her, and Sarah unfortunately spilled the beans to the other girls.
Yeah, I think that was more of an accident, just in talking, just not.
It even looked like an accident. In the way she said it. Like, as soon as she said it, she's like, "Oh, crap, I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah. Almost like a no.
And so they go into the gym the performance center for their in-ring training, and they ask Chelsea how her ankle is, and before she can even finish saying anything, Georgia immediately calls her out.
Oh, within seconds.
Yeah, like not even like you have to have respect for your trainers.
Yes.
You have to. Like you can't if the trainer is asking one person one question, you let them answer first. And then if she doesn't own up to it, which it kind of sounded like she was about to,
right.
Then you can, pile on if you want. But and she also said that Sarah told her. So immediately throwing both of the other two under the bus.
Oh, of course.
But I mean, it was the training seemed fine. Everyone seemed to be picking it up pretty quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah, I didn't. The cuts were everyone seemed like they were doing really good with it.
Yes, very.
Even Sarah, which we were all nervous about.
Yeah, everybody just. It was a decent episode this time around.
Yeah. Still, I mean, it's still training. It's still learning the ropes, like tackle, drop down, scoop slam. But they looked a lot more geared toward it. Like even ZZ, who still doesn't have the best cardio in the world, but he looked like the in-ring stuff he was doing pretty okay with. It was pretty okay. I mean, get that boy on a treadmill. Yeah. I wonder if they have stuff like that in the barracks. They should, because it's at the performance center. Yeah, that's true. But so Gigi won the in-ring challenge, and was it Mata or was it Patrick who won the in-ring challenge? I think it was Mata, right? Because it was Mata. Yeah, because they were trying to show personality while they were doing it. Right. Which is a lot. It was a lot of stay down, punk. A lot of that. Oh, a lot of that, and then the loser, like when they were in the ring, and then they were. ZZ, you had Josh, and you had Mata, and he's like, Milky! You two are my daddies. You two are my daddies. You two are my daddies. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, they had to do squats while being trash talked at the same time. So, more lessons in humility. Exactly. Which that's what they were doing. And it was just funny. It was kind of funny. I felt a little bad for Sarah though. Well, of course, when you have Tweedledee and Tweedledummer. Mm-hmm. Like that was almost the part where Katie showed up at the table the first day and was like, oh, "No, you can't do that. You can't do any of these things." And Sarah was just like, "Oh, all right, I guess." I know. Like, ma. And actually, Mason watched Tough Enough with me. Mason, who's your pick for Tough Enough? Who do you like for Tough Enough? Who do you like? Who's your favorite for Tough Enough?
Race.
Who?
A race.
A race.
Race goes on the ropes.
Oh, yeah. You were doing the climbing of the ropes.
He made his own obstacle course?
Yeah, there was a lot of jumping off furniture, onto ottomans, onto benches.
Excellent. Because as we all know, the floor is hot lava.
He said there were gators in there.
Oh, okay. So he's pulling for ZZ, I'm guessing.
I think he is. I really, really do.
Speaking of ZZ, Patrick kind of yelled at him a lot.
He really did. He was kind of mean.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of just laid into him. And granted, it's not stuff that we all can't see.
Like, I'd be pissed too if I was in a challenge like that and I lost too.
Yeah, like ZZ has not improved his cardio at all. Like, I mean, grant it's only been 5 weeks, and I know for bigger guys it's tougher to do the cardio stuff, but you gotta try a little bit at least. Like,
and with him, I'm sick and tired of hearing about I'm doing this for the children and I'm doing this for that. Shut up.
Well, I mean, like ZZ is the sentimental favorite, obviously,
I
but
don't want him on there.
we're getting down to the point where he almost has to be eliminated pretty soon.
Pretty
Like
sick.
unless
Yeah.
he really changes his ways.
Right.
Like I kind of wish instead of saves, the judges had an overrule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like you see the fan vote and the judges can overrule it.
Right.
But they all have to agree, and there can only be like one a season or something like that.
Right.
Because right now none of them have used any save.
Right. No, nobody. And what was it, Paige?
It was Brian.
Brian.
Brian said he could do 2 saves this week.
Right, and the exact 2.
Well, he said as much on Tough Talk. He said he liked Patrick. He said he liked Josh, but he knew if he saved one of them, the other one was going to go home because everyone loves Easy so much.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
I think
so
he left it up to the WWE universe at that point.
So right there, Daniel Bryan nonchalantly said, "This is a popularity contest."
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
right then, and
I think once we get down to a certain point, though, it will stop becoming that.
Oh,
because
yeah. It's
this vote this week was a hell of a lot closer than any of the other ones we've had.
It was very close.
I think they're all within like 15% of each other for the.
I mean, when those little lines, I was like, oh.
Yeah. So Patrick got eliminated.
I was shocked. I really was.
Yeah.
I really, really, really thought ZZ was going to go. But then
him in the bottom 3 and Hogan seemed to put him there as an abject lesson.
Oh, he did.
But I don't think he expected Patrick to be voted out.
No, he didn't expect it. But, thinking back after the elimination, how he was. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. So thinking back, Patrick is playing the smack on ZZ, saying that if I have to leave and lose to you.
Yep.
Right then and there, when he got sent down, I knew he was gone.
And it was also like as soon as they got back from the previous week's show, he went to Tanner. So how's it feel being in the bottom 3?
Yeah.
And to be fair, Tanner deserved to be in the bottom 3.
He did.
Patrick didn't.
No.
Patrick didn't. He was and you could tell the Miz was really pissed on Tough Talk.
I miss Tough Talk.
Oh, the Miz was upset that Patrick was eliminated.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He even said as much like, Patrick, I can see the passion you have. I can tell that you are going to move on and you could potentially be even bigger than me. And for Miz to say
for the Miz to say that. But you know what? The same thing happened to the Miz when he was on Tough Enough.
And Patrick said the same thing. Patrick said, a lot of people have lost Tough Enough and gone on to have really great careers like you, Miz. Like guys have done it. So I'm going to keep going for it.
The Miz,
I wouldn't be surprised if he is on television before either of the Tough Enough winners.
He'll be on NXT within by the end of the year.
That's what I'm thinking too, honestly, because he already has the wrestling training. Like he's done indie work,
right?
So he just needs a little bit of seasoning, I think. But
just the basics.
It wouldn't shock me if he was on NXT by the end of the year, like you said.
Oh, by no doubt.
Yeah.
Which it would be very entertaining.
I would like to see him on NXT.
Oh, he would be great.
Yeah.
He would be excellent. But someone like ZZ, as a person watching him, okay, he's the underdog, fine. But to get in a ring where, you know what I mean, where he's not, I wouldn't want him in the ring with, say, a Dean Ambrose or...
Wow, you just throwing out Dean Ambrose. Shocking. No, but I see what you mean. Like, ZZ, I wouldn't trust him to have a 15-minute match right now.
With anybody.
Yeah.
Because their career is in his hands, and there's no way. Not that he would be put into a match with anybody, but just even in developmental or anywhere. It just...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm assuming, like, let's assume their training is done and they know all the basics and they can have a match. Like, I wouldn't trust him to have a 10-minute match just because I'm afraid he'd gas out.
He'd gas out. He got smacked by the Big Show and fell to his knees.
To be fair,
it does hurt. It does hurt.
I don't blame him for that.
No,
I don't blame him for that. I do not, because those hurt like a mother. I was trying to find the video last night of the Mayhem crew chopping me the first time I came to Pittsburgh, but I couldn't find it. And let me tell you, I got chopped by Sorg, LB, Doc Remedy, Chad, and then the worst of them all, and this is on record, Veronica. Our very own V-Rock. Oh my dear Lord. She got right in the nipple. Like, it hurt a lot. And Big Show, I know he chopped all of them. He held back on Mata.
Oh, he did. You could see
He held back. He held back.
He did. He did.
Like, I think that's what Big Show liked.
But you know, I got totally repulsed when Tanner took his shirt off. I was like, "Ooh, look at Wada! Ooh, look at Josh!
Ooh, look at ZZ!"
I'm like, okay, are you gonna take your unitard off?
I think that was hilarious. That Big Show just ripped his shirt. That was great.
He did. I was like, oh.
But I gotta say one last thing. That was on Tough Talk. They were doing a whole lot of smack talk and everything. Sarah Lee stood up for herself again against Gigi, which was awesome.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, definitely watch Tough Talk. It was it got really good toward the end. But Miz came over to interview Mata, and Mata called out the Big Show. Like called Big Show to come back out, and Miz was like, "Oh, ha, 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 very funny." And Mata was giving him trash for what happened on Raw. And it was great. Miz was like, "Hey, you guys had to take one chop from him. I've had to take them numerous times and broken ribs." And then Big Show came out. Miz ran off the stage. It was the best thing.
That is fun. I gotta watch that. Usually...
It was the best thing, and then Miz was talking trash afterwards, and Mata goes, "See, Tanner, that's how you cut a promo." Like, he was pointing at the Miz, and I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome! That was really good."
Yeah, I really could see Mata on the roster. I could see Josh. I could see Sarah Lee.
Josh seems like a whitewashed Roman Reigns for me.
That's because that's what I said yesterday. And I don't care.
Yeah, but he like, they even showed him talking to his little baby girl. Like, Timmy, come on.
Someone else. Now, you add Josh to Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. You got the third member of the Shield.
Oh,
let's take on the Wyatts.
Oh, no.
And then ZZ could be the third member of the Wyatts. What?
I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with that fancy booking.
That would be perfect. And then they could have a pet. They could have a pet alligator and call him Charlie. Get me on that. I need to be on creative.
We definitely need to get. And then Mata can come in. He can be the Pharaoh. He can have Layla be his Cleopatra. It'll be great.
No, Rosa.
No.
What we gonna do?
No, let's just never mention Rosa again. She's off to Old Divas. We don't have to talk about her anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So, was there anything else for Tough Enough for you this week, Jen Carlins?
I did like that the challenge was more of a challenge.
Like a physical based challenge?
Well, yeah. I mean, because if you're in that ring and you've got a half-hour, 40-minute match as a main eventer or something, I want to see. I want to see what you got.
How can I tell my password?
And not a lot of them have it.
Yeah, I do. I still don't like the format of the voting.
I still don't like it.
It's bothersome. Like, I think you should be voting for who you want to leave as opposed to who you want to stay.
Exactly.
Because I think people get confused with the voting.
I got confused the first
Because
time.
I was looking on the WMS Twitter feed because I was live tweeting the show. There were a lot of votes for Patrick.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And I didn't see any votes for ZZ or Josh.
No.
Like,
no, I still think people are confused. I was the first time I was.
Because, I mean, if you're asking to vote, it would generally be who are you voting off?
Yeah, who do you vote for? Yeah, what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Tanner off that King show.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think
I think it's going to condemn Tanner Amada now. But predictions for who you think is going to go home next week. Sight unseen.
I'm going to go with Amanda.
I'm going to say ZZ.
I'm saying
I'm saying
he's
ZZ.
going to be on for at least a couple more weeks.
See, I thought that initially, but they're really getting into, like, he can't do the physical stuff. Like, and this week, he didn't even get past the first rope. When, I'm sorry, at that point, you can even try and hop up onto that platform because that's what one of them did. Like, they didn't even use the rope. They just hopped up onto a platform.
Well, then you know what? That just requires common sense.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. But I also think ZZ's a little too young.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah. I mean, him and Patrick are both the youngest guys.
Yeah. Even, the talk that Patrick does, and that's a hard lifestyle to have.
Well, I mean, Patrick is essentially the comments on any wrestling-themed message board. I mean, he kind of is. He kind of is. And he's like, oh, I could outwork anyone. I'm like, wow. Only guys who have podcasts talk about work rate. No one in the business talks about work rate. All right, so that's it for us this week. If you want more from the WMS crew, feel free to check us out at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, live.SorgatronMedia.com. We do Tough Enough. We do Total Divas. We do Raw wrap-ups. We talk about everything that's everything on Wednesday nights. We talk about ROH, NXT, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, if we can help it. Just go to Sorgatron Media, find all of the podcasts about all of the things. And for Jen Carlins, for Mason Carlins, I'm Mad Mike, and we'll see you next week if you're tough enough.